So this is interesting. So ContraPoints sent out a tweet thread, and on the third tweet, she seemed to have gotten a lot of backlash from the non-binary community. And I thought it was interesting, and I want to know your thoughts on this down below. So once I go through this, definitely let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments section. So, someone sent out a tweet saying, sometimes it's funny when you're the only trans person in a space where everyone is announcing their pronouns. Like, it gets to you and a hush falls over the room and you can just, like, check your phone because only cis people need to be working on their pronouns game. And then Natalie responded to the tweet, and this is where she goes on the thread, this little mini thread. She says, "This has happened to me before in hyperwoke spaces. Like, it's me and a bunch of cis women, and we all have to go in a circle saying she/her because I'm there. There's this paradox where I can go to a sports bar in North Carolina and be miss/ma'amed all night, no question, but in self-consciously trans-inclusive spaces, I have to explain my pronouns and watch woke people awkwardly correct themselves every time they say you guys. I guess it's good for people who use they/them only and want only gender-neutral language, but it comes at the minor expense of semi-passable transes like me, and that's super effing hard for us." So, with that tweet right there where she says it's super effing hard for us, my reading of that is that it's sarcasm, because obviously it's not, doesn't seem legit at all as to being something super hard. And this got a bit of a backlash. So, there's one tweet here. It says, "I'm surprised this is a real tweet, TBH. It's so ridiculous. Oh no, non-binary people want to use they/them pronouns and want more gender-neutral language. It's hard for us. Oh no." And then there's just a bunch more. So I can't tell if you're joking or serious. And I don't know whether the idea that you're serious or that I can't tell if you're serious angers me more. Now it says, I know you're being sarcastic, but I think if you don't use /s on tweets like this, your critics will take you out of context. This one says, "This tweet sucks, and if it's supposed to be sarcastic, then you failed to convey the intent, in which case it's a double failure, because isn't it your job to communicate ideas?" This one just says, "Wow, yikes." This one's got a Rihanna gif closing the window. This one says, "How does that cis boot taste, Natalie?" This one says, "Cool how you become moderately famous and then decide to throw the rest of us who don't pass/aren't on hormone replacement therapy/are non-binary under the bus with this cis-appealing BS. Not everyone has the luxury of getting rendered correctly." And it says, this one says here, "It sucks that the existence of non-binary people is such an inconvenience to you." And, there's just a bunch of these. This one says, "Natalie, you keep making jokes that are extremely hurtful to a lot of us non-binary folks. And it seems a lot like you don't care." And this one says, "This take sucks, Natalie." So there's just a bunch. And this will just be the last one. This one says, "You done throwing non-passing and non-binary people under the bus for profit yet or not?" So as you guys can see, folks, this is a ton of backlash here. And I was surprised to see this. Now, I may be missing some info on this because I don't know everything about Contra and sort of her, her origins as a channel and stuff. But from what I've always seen, she's always getting a ton of support. She's always had just 100% support. I've never seen this before, which is why I wanted to make a video on it. I've never seen Contra getting backlash like this before, and so I thought it was very interesting. But as you guys can see, there seems to be, I guess, a bit of a division here with Natalie and non-binary people, I guess. And so she ended up responding to her own thread because of the backlash that happened. And she says, "Y'all who are mad about this thread, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a norm of disclosing pronouns in trans-positive spaces, and I'm happy to give up having my gender assumed to help NB/non-passing trans people. But why can't I at least acknowledge this hurts more than helps me?" Then the other one says, "Not all trans people have the same needs, and some of the rules that trans people have taught woke cis people to follow lead me to be misgendered, and interrogated about my gender more often. Why can't I point this out? Can't a tran vent on twitter.com?" So it seems to be like there's two sort of perspectives here that seem to be going on. I guess she's, someone who's trans, and she's, I guess, just able to pass, I guess is what she's saying. And non-binary people did not take very, well to the comment she made. So I want to know your thoughts on this down below. Definitely let me know. I was definitely very surprised to see this, certainly. But want to hear your thoughts on this down below. Let me know.